and David. So good to see you.
Hello,
Thanks
hi.
for the recording. So I call this meeting to order exactly at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Everybody's more than welcome. Good to know that you're joining us, Ken. I hope you can hear us. Are you
Hear you
there?
fine.
Yes, good. Good to see you. Okay, well, it's been wonderful, and we have some really interesting things. Our Sergeant of Arms has not arrived. Let's see if he joins us pretty soon. Maybe he might have some information for us. So I'm just very happy. This has been quite an intensive week for me. I spent it in last week in Ohio, so that was just wonderful. And I'm very glad that tonight we have, unless Steve, do you have something to say about our treasury or the
Not
walkathon or
really about the treasury, just other than the fact that the walkathon is going to take place starting the 1st of October again. We've got 6, I believe, participants so far, and trying to get any more of you who would like to join us and walk again. And we've had a couple of people just go ahead and donate without even walking. So, but yeah, I'll send out another email
I
shortly.
haven't done it yet, but that would be me.
Okay.
Walking is still a struggle, but I will donate.
That's wonderful.
wonderful?
Me too.
Wonderful. Hi, Chuck. Good to
Hi.
see you.
Good to see you. Thank you. Put me down, Steve.
Hey, okay. Very
Steve,
good.
you might mention on the website that you have, they can give to either Polio Plus or to the general fund.
Yeah, doing both this year. So you can do either or both, whichever you would prefer. And that's about all I had to add. Other than, okay, I'll tell you this though. We just hosted Eloisa and Luisa Ramos Molina as they were here for the Zone Conference. And she'll have to tell you what that all involved, but it was wonderful having here. And we also got to go over and meet the people in the new Knoxville, New Bremen Rotary Club in Western Ohio. That used to be our member Bob Cook's home club. And that was fun.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Steve and Penny, for hosting Luisa and myself. It was wonderful. We felt very supported by your presence and your generosity as our host, and that makes us feel really, really family and supported as we pursue our global grants. And we participated in at the Sohn Institute, which was really a wonderful, wonderful experience. I will wait, and if there is time at the end, I will make some comments on that. So thank you, thank you. And Stephanie has joined us. So Stephanie, welcome. And we also have guests joining us, and that is Dave and Wendy O'Neill. We said hello. We met them during Stone Institute. So welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining our meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if there aren't any other announcements from anybody else that business related to our Rotary, please raise your hand. And if not, well, I'm very happy to introduce our dear promoter of the walkathon, because he did the most miles last year, and that was quite impressive. And that, of course, motivated and inspired many of us to keep walking. So I've started walking, but I guess that's just a little bit, but I'll try to. I'm not going to do as well as you, but I will keep walking. So thank you so very much. And it's my pleasure to introduce William. He will be sharing his experience as he attended the Rotary International Convention this past year in Calgary, Canada. So we're ready to listen to you, Will. Thank you for preparing and preparing this presentation. And we'll be listening to you. Thank you.
Okay. So I will share right now, okay?
Yes. Oh, he
Okay.
wants to share, so
He knows
Okay.
how.
he knows how. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share with you my experience of attending the RI convention held in Calgary, Canada. The first, my speech today, I will talk about 4 parts. The first is in Calgary, and the second is a pre-convention. And the third is this year's Rotary Convention. And perhaps I want to introduce very briefly about the convention which will be held in Taipei next year from June 13th to 17th. So now, my dear fellow members, have you been to Calgary? Perhaps there are many of you who have never been to Calgary. In the past, I have never been to Calgary before I attended the RI convention this June. Up to now, I attended 6 RI conventions, including 12 in Bangkok, 14 in Sydney, 17 in Atlanta, 18 in Toronto, 23 in Melbourne, and this year, 25 in Calgary. But Calgary didn't give me a good impression. Do you know why? Before I went to Calgary, I went to Vancouver. I stayed there one night. A lady who lives in Vancouver told me that Calgary is not a beautiful place to visit. If I want to see beautiful scenic spots, that she suggested me to visit some national parks, such as Kootenai National Park, Waterton Lake National Park, Banff National Park, and so on. When I wanted to take a plane to Calgary, at Vancouver Airport, I needed to check in at the WestJet counter. You can see this from this picture is the airplane of WestJet. Yet the lady who looked at my passport and my air ticket, then she told me that she was not sure whether I'm the right person. In other words, she thought that I was not Lee William because my name in my passport is Lee William, yet on the air ticket is written William Lee. So she went to consult the gentleman. Perhaps this gentleman was a Chinese-speaking serviceman. There were a lot of immigrants from China or Taiwan to Vancouver. So this gentleman might have told the lady, it's no problem. It's the same person. So she allowed me to check in. Finally, I could fly to Calgary. Then talking about the airlines company WestJet. Now, as you can see, the WestJet, I took many airlines such as Southwest, EVA Air, China Airlines, or even now in Taiwan, started, they allowed to check in baggage, each less than 23 kilograms and free of charge. But this time, I learned that every check-in baggage on WestJet needs fees. In other words, I needed to pay for every check-in baggage. I was so frustrated. When I registered for the RI convention in Taiwan, I didn't book for my accommodation hotel at the same time. I booked some time later. So many cheap hotels had no vacant room for me to book. So eventually I found the hotel. From this picture you can see Protocol, which is, as the photo shows, honestly, this hotel is not bad. Only it's the farthest hotel to the venue. Yet the advantage is it's very near to the Calgary airport. When I arrived on June 19th, I still didn't finish my registration to the RI. Besides the date, the local district arranged bus to each hotel to take the participants to the venue began from June 20th. The distance between my accommodation hotel to the venue is more than 13 km. I had to take a bus from the hotel to a C train station. Then I took a train to the City Hall station. Then eventually I still needed to transfer another train to the Victoria Park station, which is near the venue. It's very inconvenient for me. Yet, fortunately, this situation is only one day. On 20th June, we could take the picking up bus to the venue the whole day, from in the morning and to in the evening. It's totally free of charge. Excellent. Now I want to talk about my impression of Calgary. There are several points. Number one, most or perhaps almost all stores will be closed by 6 p.m. If I want to buy something, it's no way. Number two, I like to eat foods. I found that there were few stores that sell foods, only in supermarkets. Yet the markets are also closed very early. Number three, in the past, when I wanted to buy something in other countries, I could pay both in credit card or cash. But the stores in Calgary didn't accept cash. For example, I was queuing and waiting to buy my breakfast. When it's my turn to order my breakfast, I told the service person I wanted to pay in cash. The person, a lady, told me they didn't accept cash. I had no choice but to give up having my breakfast. I starved. Another time, another store, when I wanted to eat dinner the same, I was forced to go back to the hotel restaurant to buy our dinner. From above, I didn't have good impression of Calgary. My goodness. That's only my personal opinion. Then I think that I have told some of our members that I am an Hawaii multi-district correspondent for New Zealand, Australia, and the Southeast Asian countries, including Thailand, Indonesia, the Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, and India. In the past few years, we have had mutual cooperation with Thailand, Indonesia, and India in Southeastern Asian countries, and also have had lots of cooperation with Australia. In the past decades, I have paid more attention to the cooperation with New Zealand in order to have an icebreaker exchange, Rotary Youth Exchange. Yet, zero. Whenever I register for the RI Convention, I will also register for the Rotary Youth Exchange pre-convention because I am in charge of the Hawaii exchanges of the Hawaii EMT in Taiwan. Now let's look at this is the center. In this center, we had all the sessions of Rotary Youth Exchange discussion. Then after the pre-convention, I met several friends from Mexico and from Ecuador, and we sit at the same table to have dinner. Now, in the pre-convention, the RI President, Madame Stephanie Urchik, came to the venue to greet all the participants and gave us an encouraging speech. This year, 25, is the 50th anniversary of the RYE. So you can see from this picture, 50 years of RYE from 1975 to 2025. So we can see it's a very delicious cake and enjoy that. There are breakfast sessions to discuss over the RYE issues in each year's pre-convention. Every year, I attended the breakout session and take part in discussions. Now the two madams in the photo were the breakout session moderators, asking all the participants to talk about each question or issue which has occurred in the past years. The latter one is Linda Billney from Australia. She is a very good friend of mine. And the other is Melody from the USA. So the right lady is Melody. Not only these two madams, but the young lady, this young lady talked with me, is also a co-host in the club discussion. This young lady is a Canadian and she went to Taiwan about 10 years ago, having had her Rotary Youth Exchange. In the late session, there was a narration on the screen of all exchanges. RYE shows most potential for new ways of peace building. In my mind, nowadays, personally, it's not very peaceful in the world. If the RYE can work harder, it might be possible to let the world become more peaceful. Some RI exchanges I'm familiar with, such as the Rotary Friendship Exchange and the Rotary Youth Exchange. In the past, I have had the experiences to participate in the RFES, Rotary Friendship Exchanges, several times. I went to Wisconsin, Toronto, India, and Sweden. It's a very unforgettable experience to me. Yet I believe that the RYEs deserve to put more effort, not only as the previous reason, most potential ways of peace building, but I also believe that we can let younger generations to broaden their horizon. Many young students, before having exchanges and after, they become quite different, and the majority of them have been toward the possible and better direction in their life, the positive and better direction in their life. So the RYE is very good, not only for the students who have had exchanges, but also for their parents. Most parents are satisfied with the changes of their kids because of the RYE. As we can see in the slide, the discussions are about. Then, what is one thing I did commit to doing that will engage my club or district leaders in youth exchange? Another question is, how do you develop new trainings and skill building opportunities to truly prepare RYE youth ambassadors to be peace builders during and after their exchange? So I'm not so familiar with our Patahways RYE situation. I'm not familiar with our district condition either. From the data shown to us, there are still much more Rotary exchanges can do in the future. According to the statistics, there are only half of districts certified for RFE, but only 12% join in. 90% of districts certified for RYE, but only 16% join in. RFE and RYE historical positioning, fun, travel, fellowship, adventure of a lifetime, need and or value more Rotarians understanding, equipped, and promoting positive peace building language, tools, projects through exchanges. Since I'm a correspondent in charge of the RYEMT, so Rotary Youth Exchanges, I hope that there will be more Rotarians and more exchanges in the years to come. Our younger generations can get benefits by having Rotary Youth Exchanges. Then the world could be more peaceful in the long run. Now, from this picture, that we have the pre-convention session, breakout session, and there are several friends from Thailand, from Korea. The right person in my right, on my right, is from Korea. Then the Melody also, yes, sitting by my side. Then another picture is the left on my side. On my left side is from Japan, and on my left side is from India. Now it's my dear fellow members, I think I have talked much about the RYE. Guess what? When I visited House of Friendship, I discovered that there was a booth, Patahways Rotary Club's booth. Wow, it's our club's booth. I am so excited and hilarious. So I took a photo before the booth and also talked with a lady in this booth. So you can see, I'm so happy, very wonderful. When the general session opening ceremony was held, my wife and I participated in. There were some performances I liked very much. There was also the entering of the national flags of all members nations. The entering order is one by one in alphabetical order. It's quite long, so I only recorded a little bit, including my country, Taiwan. Let me show you that. Please enjoy this. No, it's huh? Why? So I can display. I can, yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, okay. After attending the opening ceremony, I once planned to have a one-day tour to Banff National Park, Waterton Lakes National Park for one-day tour. Yet it rained hard on that day. So I gave up the plan of visiting some beautiful scenic spots in Canada. It's a pity. Besides, my flight schedule going back to Taiwan was on June 24th. So I needed to leave the convention early. It's an imperfect experience. Hopefully in the future, I can stay longer to enjoy something beautiful and joyful when attending the RI convention. My dear fellow members, next year, the RI World Convention will be held in Taiwan, Taipei. I look forward to your coming to Taiwan. If you can come, and if possible, I will go to the airport to pick you up, because my house to the airport is only 15 minutes by driving. So see you in Taiwan next June. Thanks for your patient listening. Now I will turn the control back to our president, Eloisa. Thank you.
Well, thank you so very much, Will.
Okay.
It was wonderful listening to your experience at what you went through, and of course, getting to see that picture where Pathways appears at the International Convention. Well, you've certainly conveyed really good news for us that I didn't know that there was a booth. So that's just wonderful. And of course, well, that's our Guatemala Literacy Project that we are very proud of. So thank you so very much. And I'm wondering if others have any comments or questions. Please unmute your microphones and ask away. Thank you, Will. Yes, Sue.
William, did you happen to meet Joe from the Guatemala Literacy Project that had put that booth up? Was Joe?
No, I didn't meet that Joe. Yeah.
Did you meet Joe?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He mentioned that there was a lady there.
Yeah, only yeah. I think there are several ladies, but I talked with a lady. I asked her name, but I just forgot her name. I asked her. So this is the booth established by the Patahways Rotary Club from Ohio. And she answered, "That's correct. That's right." So I was happy. Yeah.
Well, the booth was set up by the Guatemala Literacy Project people.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's good. It had pathways on it. That's nice.
Yes, really nice.
Yeah.
Yes, Scott.
Well, thanks very much, William, for the very interesting. One point is that in Taiwan, you can buy food 24 hours a day. You don't need to worry about 6 p.m. starving to death. So. And I was just wondering,
Yeah,
where
I hope that maybe so next year you can come to Taiwan. If you are hungry late in the night, that you can go to any convenience store to buy anything you like.
Yes. So you can you won't go hungry, starving, but I was just wondering, where is it being held in the convention near the Shinny district or?
Yeah. So as I said that because I'm in the hotel from the hotel to the venue, I think it's very, very far away. Besides, I have to transfer. Yeah, so that's why the first day it's so inconvenient for me to take the transportation vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah. So for Taiwan, we have a good subways, and I think no problem.
It's very convenient
Many
because
hotels.
next year it will be held in Taipei, and the MRT system is very convenient.
Yeah. And I was just going to also add, it's very good to hear this because Taipei was supposed to host it, but then COVID came along and they had to cancel it. So it's very nice that they were able to give it back to Taipei to make up for that. That's good.
Yes.
Thank
you.
I'd like to ask a question. Go ahead, Sue.
When you sign up for the Rotary Convention, read all the information about where the hotels are, where that is, because they will give you that. You just have to do diligence and do your background because sorry that you had to go through that, but you yeah, it's because they get the hotels that they can. There are so many people coming. The hotels can be way out. So pay attention. If you think you're going, sign up early and pay attention to the hotels that they list and where they are.
Yeah.
How many of us can stay at your house, William? You can pick us up and we'll just stay at your place.
Yeah, Chris. Chris, so can you say once again? So
because it's difficult to read all the information about the hotels, we decided to stay at your house. Everyone.
But my house is a very small house.
We can make you sleeping bag.
If there is one or two persons, one or two members, I think they will be okay. Yeah, no problem.
Let's fight each other. Who can stay there?
Yeah.
A lottery. We could do a lottery.
That would be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Has anybody, dear members, have any of you been before to the Taipei convention? Jim and Sue, did you go to a previous Taipei convention?
No, they spread them
never.
out. They spread them all over the world. I don't even
Yeah.
know if there's been a
Never.
previous Taipei
I think
convention.
I think it's now only allowed to be in the United States every third year.
But
Because we
has
used to
anybody,
dominate and have them all, majority of them here, and they ruled that it has to be, can't come back to the United States for every 3 years.
And it
so
would be
did,
the same with Taipei. They don't
Yeah.
repeat.
I
well,
think I
were
remember back in 1994 when I was just in Taipei, all these Rotary flags, and perhaps we hosted it back in 1994, not since
Yes,
then.
yes, I was wondering after Sue's remark, well, where was I then? Because I did attend a Rotary convention in Taipei,
Oh,
and
okay,
it
yes,
was a beautiful experience for me.
that
Wow.
must have been like in the
Yes,
1990s, probably, yes,
Before?
yes, yes.
Okay.
around
That-
1990s. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So
wow.
I highly recommend. It's a beautiful country. The food was delicious. I stayed at a really nice hotel. Yes, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
that I remember.
Not,
I learned that in 2027, the convention will be held in Hawaii.
They're skipping Hawaii and doing Dubai,
At
is
least
my
that's what they're
understanding.
saying, yeah.
Yeah.
You mean
I
2027?
skip Hawaii too, but I'm still jaded from all the months I spent out there at Maui, so.
Yeah, it's a Dubai.
For housing if they do Hawaii.
oh, do we have a place to stay there, Morgan?
I have a place to stay. I may be able to get you guys a good rate or make sure we get the Airbnb reservations in early.
How about
Wouldn't
Dubai?
Not so much.
So Chris, you gotta work a new Dubai member for us before we have to.
All right. I'll try.
See what you can do.
How many of the group are
With a
planning to
big
go to
house.
Taipei? How many of you guys are planning to go to Taipei?
Yeah, you mean, but yeah, please.
Will has to go.
I'm at least sending a
William and
representative.
Scott have no choice.
Yes, yes, I would love to go. I would, but I can't say
Yeah,
it's a done deal right now. But
Yeah.
yes,
I will be
I just
very-
Will, I just might have to go because I am the president of the Pathways Club. That's a good excuse, huh?
That's not in our budget.
Of course not. That's
We're
from
gonna have to sell the booth.
that's from my little piggy. That'll come from my piggy, of course.
Well, Morgan, doesn't your dad go to every single convention?
He's going to be in Taipei. He's planning on going to Taipei.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah.
So if anybody's really hurting for a place to stay, I can
Great.
see if he got a double.
Well, I think it was great news that you gave us about the youth, the Rotary Youth Exchange update. I think we all look to see that happening again. So wonderful. And you also you are well connected. Were you going to say something, Jim? Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, as far as District 6600 and Youth Exchange, as you know, we had a moratorium on Youth Exchange for 2 years for the effects of whatever. But they started back up again this year. And I think they have like 5 students.
Yes.
Where when we were at our peak, we had like 40. So it's well, Mary Oftencamp, who is our member. I just went blank.
No, Gary is.
Yeah,
Gary, her husband.
It's Gary Oftencamp's wife, but she's the chairman,
Right.
and he's involved with it, with the whole thing. So she's working at it, but I don't know. I mean, if you want to get into a discussion about youth exchanges, what's going to happen? Doesn't seem like the kids from the United States are, there's such a resistance that you don't see the urge to want to go to another country.
It's also an awfully tough time in this environment to have kids come here. I mean, it's just very, very unsettled everywhere right now.
Well, as we use an example, in Brazil, they used to have 20 kids that were Rotary Youth Exchange students that applied to the United States, and only one out of that 20 would be accepted. And we would always be number one list on the list of where they wanted to go. We're now down bottom of the list. They don't want to come here. And I don't,
I don't blame them.
yeah.
Tell you the truth, I don't blame them.
Difficult time.
Yeah.
But we've been around that, 5 to 10 mark for, gosh, I think good 10 years. I mean, that's sort of been where we've been floating at, even if you take out COVID and then that, the moratorium they had for a couple of years. It's just a tough slog now. I mean, it's harder to do, and I think schools are less forgiving about seeing that for the opportunity that it is.
Exactly. We used to be able to go, we were welcomed in schools. We would be, when we went to recruit, they would set aside time for us, and we would always have some kind of contact in the schools that they would work with us. Now, it's just not on their agenda.
Some of the State Department hoops for registering host families and vetting them also.
Yeah,
that's problematic.
Exactly.
Right.
We ran into that in Florida, and the group we were working with were not vetting the students properly, and we just about went ballistic. So that's the other piece. I mean, you can say it's under the umbrella of Rotary, but if they're not doing their job, we were appalled. So that's the other thing that you don't realize if you are involved and it's not following the State Department rules, you could be up the creek without a paddle.
Well, Chris, don't you agree? I don't see the training that we went through. Do you see that anymore, Chris?
No, but I'm trying to find the numbers right now at District 6690. They are not a dying program. I can't see how many they have this year.
Yeah.
But they're back up already. I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's close to 15 or 20. So
sounds about right. If you really want all the numbers, I can get numbers pretty quick, but
what did you say?
I can get numbers pretty quick. I know they're travel agents.
Well, my point is, I think it's like, I hate to say it, but I think it's a District 6600 problem, because there are other districts that are doing really well. William, what did they say about volume in general? Like, is it way down, or where are we? Have we ever rebounded from COVID, or what are the numbers looking like out of the countries? Is it anywhere close to pre-COVID, or are we improving from COVID still, or are we stagnant?
You mean the Rotary Youth Exchange, right?
Yes.
Well, I think for many countries, I believe that I think it's foreign. It's foreign. Let me take Australia, for example. In the past, I have been the correspondent for Australia about 15 years. At the very beginning, it's there were perhaps maybe 25 districts. And of course, the students, a lot of students exchanged. But now there are only 14 districts in Australia, so it's the downsized.
Oh, you mean there are only 14 districts in Australia total?
Yeah.
It was reorganized. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, then the students go to other countries, outbound students. Now yeah, is the number is decreasing. Right. Yep. Down. Yeah. So that's why it's very difficult for me to because every October, so next month, I will go to Adelaide to attend their Rotary Youth Exchange Australia joint chair conference, and I will talk with their chairperson about how many students we have to. We wanted to exchange, but it's now it's very difficult because the number is decreasing. Yeah,
I think COVID changed the mindset globally. And I think rebounding from COVID, not to mention district leadership that is incompetent, not to even go there. COVID in itself killed youth exchange.
Yeah.
And so it has caused this real discomfort or distrust just generally in sending your kid somewhere else. Like, it's too scary now. I mean, it was scary before, but I think people are just very, very hesitant, and it's understandable. I get it. But I think rebounding from that complete shutdown is going to take a huge amount of time and effort. Like, it's just not going to happen. You need to have leaders that are willing to really work on it, and I'm not sure we have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think that because in the past, 4 or 5 years ago, in the past, that because of the COVID-19, so all the exchanges are just stopped. And so then after the COVID-19, the number of students becomes decreased less and less. So that's why it's very difficult. But even it's the common situation around the world, but in Taiwan, I can tell you in Taiwan, our situation is not so bad because we have our Rotarians, the number of Rotarians is increasing. So in the past, we have whole Taiwan, we have we have 6 or 7 districts, but now we have 12 districts because the expansion, because the number increased in the past. So Taiwan is quite different from other countries.
Yeah, right. Maybe that's the root problem. Like, Rotary as an organization has been dwindling in this country for decades. I mean, we were struggling with this problem 20 years ago. How gain of net one was the big talk district wide across this country. So, I mean, I think that's a really excellent point, is that our Rotary in America has been struggling, where in countries like Taiwan, because Rotary is flourishing, Rotary Youth Exchange is flourishing, and that makes perfect sense, which I never put that together, but I think that's a really excellent point.
Yeah, I once in the past I had an idea, perhaps just a thought in my mind, that because I believe that in our district there is still a Rotary Youth Exchange, I think the committee. So because every year I will go to Australia, perhaps I can just to talk. I talked with the chairperson in Australia. If you want to have an exchange with the district 100, then perhaps I can introduce them to our district. But anyway, it's my main task is to have exchange with Taiwan and Australia. Yeah. But so far, I think my job, I did my job. Because I worked very hard, and I think is the record is not very bad. Every year, there will be 2 or 3 exchange students from Australia to Taiwan and Taiwan to Australia, mutually exchanged. Still, I think it's not bad. But as I explained in my speech, I hope that I can have an exchange with New Zealand, but still no result. So 0. It's it's a very bad experience. If in the future I can have an exchange with New Zealand, I think maybe, it's a very good completion for me, and maybe I can live, because it's so far as I just thought that perhaps I am too old to take this job anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
think
keep
that's
us.
a problem. Good.
I beg your pardon, Chris?
I think that's the problem. The people that are so passionate about youth exchange are getting out of youth exchange, and we don't have anyone to refill those shoes.
Yep.
I think that's part of the problem.
Yes.
I'm done talking. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Well, once again, Will, thank you very, very much. Any other questions for Will?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for
Yes.
sharing. That was
And thanks for
Very
leading
good.
us
Thank
into
you,
this.
William.
Yes, thank you for leading us into this very
Thank you.
interesting topic that we all share concern for, which is the youth exchange. And it is very encouraging to see that they will be the peace builders, and they are considered for doing that, which I totally agree with that. So I just want to move on and tell you or give you an update on our more Dancing for Rain grant that was an initiative of Pathways, and that was supported by the Patahways Rotary Club from Chihuahua, Mexico, District 4110. And then we had the support of other non-profit organizations from Mexico, including the Businessmen's Foundation. That went up to $179,000, and we are very happy. Before Zone, Lisa told me that grant, the water harvests are complete, and she's just finishing the financial report. I think it's done. It was supposed to be completed in August, so we're very happy that she's able and her team to do that. And right now, Global Grant 2 has also been approved by the foundation. It's received the support from the Businessman Foundation and other nonprofit O's, and it went up to $400,000 too. So they've started working on that too. So we're very happy, really, that we've accomplished all of that, thanks to your support and, of course, to the Rotary Foundation. And I will just very briefly like to share with all of you our fantastic experience at Zone. There was plenty to eat. We had, of course, no transportation issues. The venue was the convention center there in beautiful Columbus. And of course, we're always so graciously hosted by Steve and Penny, which makes it even much, much better. And, all the pluses that they add to our trip, because they tour us around Columbus. They even pick us up from New Bremen and Knoxville, and that was also a wonderful experience. I was very happy to practice my culinary arts from Mexico, and I had a wonderful time. Of course, I think Kevin's wife, Connie, was exhausted from day one. So next day she was up and bright and ready to go. So we continued with our preparation and it was wonderful. Of course, I attended the New Bremen, New Knoxville Rotary Club at 7 a.m. We were there and at 7:30 our program started. So I also had an opportunity to share with them our updates on our grants. And of course, we're very grateful for their support. And they also supported us this year so that we might be able to purchase the nutritional supplements for the malnourished and starving children that has had a great impact in the villages. And of course, I was able to also offer a gift for their auction. I took a raramuri belt so that they would offer. Last year, we gifted them with a woolen blanket, but that was quite a story. It took us some time to get the weaver, find it, and have it complete and do everything to get it across the border and ready for auction. So it was wonderful to be with them, very grateful during the dinner. It was a joyous occasion. So I'm very happy that we were able to strengthen that connection. And then, of course, Zone was fabulous. We had great speakers. I do have to say that they did a great job, Craig Maxley, and of course, Brian Hall. They brought so much fun to the Zone. They had a Johnny Carson, sort of exchange, and it was fabulous. And then we had great speakers, past RI presidents. Rice, Ian Risley from Australia, and then of course Ravindran from Sri Lanka. They did a wonderful exchange, and I will not be surprised that the lady that I'm going to tell you about, Vicky Pullis, Pullis. I think she's heading to be a future Rotary II president from the United States. Her talk was just seamless, clear, motivating, encouraging, inspiring. She did a fabulous job. Of course, she's a trustee of the foundation. So just beautiful, beautiful speech. And I have to tell you also that I was so proud of our chairperson of MESA, Andy Bone. He was one of the participants of Shark Tank, and vertigo and all, he did a fabulous presentation. You probably would have been as proud as I was to listen to Andy. He did not have any notes. He did not, nothing at all. He memorized his speech, but it came out just so perfect. And he was concise about Mesa and encouraging. So it was wonderful. And he even joked about when he went to the doctor and asked him if nervousness would have to do anything with his comeback, with his experience of vertigo. And the doctor said, of course. So, it was glad to see that he was over that he was joking about it. And then, of course, the breakout session was next. So he also did an excellent job. We practiced so many times those talks, and we were very concerned about the clicker. Having the clicker so that we would run our presentations on time and start on time. And guess what? The previous speaker took the clicker with him. So Keith Hodgkinson had to chase this past speaker and get the clicker. So it was good because Andy was able to improvise, and finally when the clicker came, we started our presentations, and those were really, really good. Once again, I was very, very happy. So our next presentation was at Heart to Heart, where I had a chance to talk about our global grants. So that was good too. Because we had heard and received information of so many changes in the schedule, and then we had 15 minutes to talk, and then they brought it down to 8, and be sure to include the video, and we had trouble with the links, but we were able to do a good job. We were satisfied. And it feels good to get in an elevator or as you're walking in a walk and somebody approach you and tell you, you did a great job. You touched our hearts. So once again, I was very happy and proud because they would always ask me, what club do you belong to? So it's the Pathways Virtual Club. So it was a wonderful experience. I told Lisa, we need to talk to Ian Risley if we're thinking for sometime in the future about an environmental project. We searched high and low for Ian. We couldn't find him. So we just released that to the universe. And guess what? As we were walking in the elevator from floor number 10 to the lobby, there was Ian all by himself. So I cornered him.
I bet you did.
And
You're
I
so
said,
good at that.
Ian, yes, I did. And I said, Ian, I've been searching all of these days for you. And he said, I've been hiding from you. So, that was wow. Another wow moment for us. So we had a fabulous time. The last part of it was so much fun. I do encourage you to attend Zone. I think that uh, our last experience was Memphis. We didn't go last year, but this was really, really great. So I encourage all of you to attend the Zone. They're trying to make it, to get to that point where we have a taste of internationality. So they did a great job. Great, great job. So highly recommended for next year. So having said that, we I hope that I was able to express what we carry in our heart. Uh, it was a wonderful experience for Luisa and myself, and hopefully we'll be getting some positive feedback from our future supporters of Global Grant 3. So having said that, and if there are any other questions, we have 2 more minutes before I adjourn. So if you have any more questions, please now your chance. And thank you for allowing me to share all of this with you. So,
Well, I can say that Eloisa, you are also very articulate with no notes, compassionate and sincere. So I'm sure that your presentation was fabulous. Dave and Wendy, was her presentation fabulous? I'm sure it was. So thank you for representing us, because I'm sure you were amazing.
Yeah, we're unfortunate in that we were in the hub, which is, the old House of Friendship, and we didn't get to see any of the speakers or presentations.
No, I got to see
but we came across Eloise at one point, like, was that Saturday? And I think she gave us about a 30-minute presentation right then and there with no notes. So yeah, she definitely had a
beautiful example. Yeah,
grants on everything and on Pathways.
Yeah,
you can't have her, but that's all right.
Oh,
you can't have her.
Yeah, I know.
Matt's recommendation was always constant, always constant. Yeah, I felt Matt was keeping time on me. So when I did keep my time, I was loyal to that. I said, Matt, you would have been very proud of me. So thank you, Matt.
You're
So
very
Yes. Sue, were you going to say something? No, I thought I saw a hand somewhere. So it's 9 p.m. Thank you so very much for your attendance. It's a joy to see you. And even Pam said, Eloisa, where have you been? So it was good that she recognized us. So she
Yeah.
will be attending our next Pathways meeting. It'll be wonderful to listen to her. So thank you all once again. And being 9 p.m. sharp, I adjourn this meeting. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will, once again.